Sure. All right, there we go. Can everybody still hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Perfect.
Yeah, hear you very well.
Okay, good. Thanks everybody for getting on our Thursday night Zoom team meeting, training, etc., etc., etc. I'm here at home in Safety Harbor. Pardon me, but I had a really long day. My husband is sideways. Don't start distracting the wife over here. His camera is sideways. So anyways, excited to be doing this. He is up in Pennsylvania, somewhere where it's colder than it is here, having fun, being run ragged. And so anyways, I just wanted to be sharing some of the stuff that's been going on. We had our Team True Blue retreat this past weekend. What an amazing time. I'm going to have a couple of people share some of their experience on the retreat. I'm going to go over some highlights of it as well, and then just kind of talk a little bit about what's upcoming. So right now, Wendy, if you want to, I'm going to unmute you and go ahead and tell us a couple of key takeaway, education, or just what this retreat really meant for you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, well, I've only been to the conferences, and there's like 5,000 people at them, and I love them, but this was different. This was more intimate, more like going to a family reunion. It was, there was just something different about it that really made it special. It was very relaxing and fun. It gave us the opportunity to make new friends and learn more about each other. And through all that, too, I realized that we're all going through the same thing. Sometimes you think, oh, my gosh, I'm struggling with this, or I need to overcome that, and I'm all by myself. How am I going to do it? But then you realize everybody is going through the same thing, so you're not alone, and that kind of encourages you. And to me, it was an encouraging weekend. I noticed a lot of personal growth through the weekend, that you have to go through personal growth in order to get to where you want to go in this business. It's very important. And I thought I'd gone through a lot of personal growth, but I'm realizing I still have a lot more to go. But that's okay. I'm going to go through it. I also realized that there is a lot of greatness in everyone. When you get to know some of the people, like we did this weekend, you could just see, it almost makes me feel like the way God looks at us. And you could just see greatness in people that they probably don't even see in themselves. And if they could see that, it would probably encourage them and help them in their business. Kind of made me feel like, I wasn't a little fish in the ocean. I felt recognized and appreciated and valued as a family member of this team. And it was good. I really enjoyed it. It really was a great weekend. I had a good time and built more relationships and became more encouraged for my business. Kind of boosted my belief system.
Good. Awesome. Thanks, Wendy. What would be kind of one piece of training nugget, so to speak, that you really got out of the retreat weekend? Is there any one particular item or session that really just kind of hit home with you?
I kind of walked away feeling like that this is something that can be done, and either I want it or I don't. And if I want it, I'm going to have to put my blinders on and keep on going, no matter what goes on around me and no matter what anybody else on the team feels with their business. That it's me, and success is at the end of the pathway for me, and I'm either going to get it or I'm not. I'm going to have to go through whatever it takes to get there.
Awesome. So that laser focus.
Yes.
Good. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Jeff, how about you? Can you share a few moments about what this retreat team weekend intimate training did for you in your mindset and your business.
Sure. Am I unmuted?
Yes, you are. I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, okay, good. One of the gold nuggets that I took away was I was talking, and I don't remember her name right off the top of my head. I've got her card. Was the doctor that is for 15 years certified in aging, and she was a CEO of her own company, and she said she did a lot of research on this, and I told her my story, and she said, I did all the research I did. I got almost all to the end of it, and I saw this thing that said P.0000. And she said, right then, that told me that this is real. And I've asked a couple of people that are business associates, have they heard this? I've shared it with them, and they haven't heard about it. So I think that gold nugget for the team is very important. She said that P.0000 is a value of the repeatability of every time that this works. And that's in the research. Now I got to do a little more research on which report that came on, and I've got to make that phone call to her. But the repeatability of what we have, that gold nugget in itself, and then to be able to sit next to somebody that's 2 months on the product that could hardly get out of bed, a young person, and to hear her story and to see her eyes light up. If after 2 months of being on the product, couldn't get out of bed, doctors couldn't find out what was wrong with her. A testimonial. Well, we've all heard testimonials. Those two things. And the other one thing I'd like to say, because I know your time is short, is two things. This was the first time, this was the inaugural kickoff for this. So what a special time. And there was one other thing that I'm trying to recall. I was writing it down, but I scrambled. I'm down here in Punta Gorda visiting a friend, and I jumped on the call at the last minute. There was one other thing it's not coming to the top of my head right now, but those three things, I know what it was. For anybody that is new at a retreat, like Wendy was saying how intimate it was, I wish I thought about this now. I stood up and said, for the newbies here, with people with 6 years or more or 5 years more experience in this business, raise their hand. And I bet there was 40 people with 40 plus years. And to take advantage of the pool setting and the time that you get to the breakout sessions, just to listen to other people, and then things would come on. It was very valuable. So that's really all I got, Lisa.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Glad you're still around. Are you coming Saturday?
My travels take me different places. It's either going to be, and then there's a situation that came up that I'm dealing with back in Ohio. So I'm going to either make Tampa, Atlanta, Indianapolis, or Cleveland.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, and it's great seeing you again. All right, Mike, you wanted to say something. Go for it, hon.
Okay. Hey, guys. How's everybody doing? You guys all having a good night tonight? Boom. Okay, Jeffrey, mute your line again. You didn't mute it. You forgot. I can hear you walking around. There you go. Guys, I wanted to talk quickly about the significance of what we learned. And there's a PDF that I encourage you. I know a lot of you were unable to come, and there's a PDF on the Team True Blue website done by Tanya Davis. Just go to Team True Blue on Facebook, and she recorded the event. And I shared this link last night, and people were blown away by it. If you missed the event, you can get the notes. Brandon is going to have it the same weekend next year in Orlando, so put it in your schedule. I listened to a Pro 6 talk yesterday. A lady said that she wanted to allow people to understand the significance of why she was doing LifeVantage. And she said that she was doing it because she wanted a better life for her family. And now she's working a full-time job, and she said this, and I hope more of you guys do this. She started to schedule all of her events around the LifeVantage events. And Lisa and I have done that, and I encourage you guys to do that. But I wanted to share one piece of information about social media. Now, this may shock some of you. Now, we've had people that have been involved in this for a long time, doctors, and they still haven't got the huge understanding of, like last week, we found out that the head researcher of cancer at Johns Hopkins University joined LifeVantage. That's a significant thing, guys, but that's just the beginning. So the piece on the social media thing is that Brandon warned me about this a long time ago. And he said, when people leave LifeVantage, which we all know we don't understand, but I had an amazing meeting here in Pennsylvania tonight that I had all of the Amish guys come to the meeting. That was just amazing. They don't have computers, okay? They don't have computers. A 33-year-old Pro 8 that doesn't have a computer. He doesn't have social media. I taught him tonight about doing launch calls on a conference call line, and they're going to start doing it, and they wanted to pick my brain, and so we were talking about doing that with them the next couple of days. That's all they have is a home phone. Most of them don't even have a cell phone, okay? But those of us who have social media, go to your social media site. There was one part that Brandon said where you can make it so that only you can see your friends. Because here's what's going to happen, and it happened to Lisa and I. Other people, when they leave LifeVantage, they're going to recruit your people, okay? Now, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I make friends with a lot of people on Facebook, and the reason I do it is because I know they're going to hear about this information, and I'm going to share it. And you can do this. It's good. Brandon even said you want to make friends with friends of friends so that you extend your database, because I can tell you this, and Lisa can tell you this. We're signing up a lot of people that are just strangers. I met a guy named Dr. Ron through a friend of a friend that said he was going to sign up, never signed up. I signed up his friend Ron. Now he's going to sign up. So, but social media is a way that you can generate friendships and business. But I'll just tell you this. If you're friends with former LifeVantage people and they can see your friends, they're going to go after your friends and sign up your friends. So there's a link on your settings under privacy that you can make it so that only you can see your friends. So make sure that you do that. And also take people off of Facebook that are no longer in LifeVantage. Yes, you can be friends with them outside of LifeVantage or outside of social media, but they're gonna distract you. A lot of them are bashing, the company and stuff. But then you look and they have a $200 a month auto ship on Protandim and all of our products. So it's just a word of advice for you guys to learn a little bit of things about how social media works. And one last thing from the social media aspect is what I want you guys to think about is Lisa and I have hired a social media guy, and we're going to be sharing a lot of this information. So I hope that you guys are getting more people to watch these and to go back and listen to it when you're unable to watch it. But, guys, launch calls this week exploded people's business. People were getting 10 and 12 and 15 people on launch calls. But one thing I got some great feedback is that this tip of social media, do not talk about Protandim and LifeVantage on your Facebook page, because people do not want to see that. And when you're branding yourself, I'm going to use Michael because I see him right here. Okay. And I don't know, are you looking at Facebook maybe? Trying to figure out how to do it? But what I've realized is when you do that, allow yourself to not put stuff. Don't put a bottle of Protandim on your Facebook page. It should be a nice picture of yourself. You can see a picture of. Oh, I just lost.
That's okay. I'm going to show. I'm showing where you can set your settings as you talk.
Oh, okay, good. So Lisa's showing you guys this. This is great. One of this is, you can go to settings and then privacy, and Lisa's going to show you that. But guys, if you notice now, I have a logo that was created by the social media guy. I'm making another page separate from my LifeVantage page. It's going to be a business page. You can do that also, because you really want to do that, because this is a lifelong thing. You know, we're not a Me Too product. We are going to take some time. My chiropractor, Dr. John Huey, speaking, honey, I don't know if you can give me a thumbs up if you were able to contact with him, but
He's busy.
okay. He told me that it would take 7 to 10 years for people to know about this. Okay. But you will not be able to share this with people the right way if you're blasting information on your Facebook page. Cal sent me content to look at, and he approved it, and it's just building my brand. Rachel Jackson became a Pro 9 in our company with only 2 elite distributors. She signs up a ton of people on social media, and she does it by branding herself and by doing Facebook Lives, which you're going to see me start doing. And Chris is on, and him and I are working on some things that we're going to blast out when I get back home. So that's kind of all I have to say, honey. If you want to touch base on that a little bit, I don't know if anybody has any questions about that, but we can answer them if needed, or if you have some more to share.
I do have some more to share, actually.
Okay, good.
I wanted to share kind of my biggest takeaway from the event and some of the training was when Brandon or Fred, I can't remember who, was talking about Mr. G's 60-second elevator pitch, so to speak.
Yes.
And it was basically your story in just you're standing there in the elevator, hey, how you doing, whatever, conversation, making small talk, and for what you do and who you are. And it was, for me, because I'm a nurse, that's my background. I'm a nurse. You put in whatever it is you are or you do or you did. And then I'm a nurse working in, pre-anesthesia testing right now, but I'm also working with a company that specializes in a new science called nutrigenomics. So again, I'll repeat it. I am working with a new company that specializes in a science or a new science called nutrigenomics. That sentence alone should hopefully open the door, prompt them to say, well, what's nutrigenomics? And then you just basically tell them what nutrigenomics is. Nutrigenomics is the science of studying how food and natural substances can affect our gene expression, and that we're leveraging it with this new company to help people live longer. Not just longer, but healthier. Is that crazy or what? So you've piqued some interest with that. You can use it with your friends, you can use it with strangers, whatever. And it's all, of course, in your posture and your excitement. For me, I thought that was amazing. It's like, I can do that. I'm an RN and I'm currently working in, pre-anesthesia testing. However, I'm also working with a company that specializes in a new science called nutrigenomics. Nutrigenomics affects our genes, how food and natural occurring substances can affect our gene expression that can alter our health and our lifespans, and it's proven.
Hey, honey.
That door open can invite people to conversations for more information. Yeah.
Hey, honey. Mike wanted you to say that again. Mike did she do it? Did she cover it?
There you go.
Did she cover it, Mike?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did say it twice. So
Okay.
anyways, so for me, that was like one of my biggest takeaway. And, just like Wendy, Jeff, the building the relationships, the revelation of how much personal growth has already occurred, as well as how much personal growth still needs to occur. Lower your hand.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't do it. Like I didn't know how to do it. My hand. Oh, my bad.
I was trying to see your little hand by your knee.
Jesus.
You're messing with me here. You're messing with my flow. Not just kidding, hon. That's all right. So anyways, the last thing before, kind of wrapping up and then opening up to any, couple questions or whatever is, of course, LVA this weekend, Saturday. Here in the Tampa area, we've got Seth Campbell. It's going to be amazing. He's a young entrepreneur, been in the business for like 6 years, or 8 years rather. He's only 32 years old, and he's been a six-figure earner for the past 6 years. So there's a lot of wisdom from a young man, coming to share with us. Price for LVA registration goes up $10 after tonight. So if you don't pre-register, it's going to be $35 at the door. Denver's Elite Academy is coming up in just a few short weeks. No, not even a few. More like
just a couple.
Yeah, more like a couple. Some exciting news all across the country at all the LVAs. They're going to be doing a raffle or a drawing for an Elite Academy registration reimbursement. So what that means is if you're not already registered for Denver's Elite Academy, you want to get that done by Saturday, because they're going to put everybody who's been pre-registered for EA in a drawing at each of the different sites. Okay? So however many people are at your site, that's your odds of getting your name drawn to then have your registration reimbursed. So that's pretty cool. I think that's like the first time I think they're doing it like that. So I guess that's about all I have. We got just a few more minutes. Anybody have any questions, comments, takeaways, whatever? Oh, Scott Satterfield's in Cleveland. Awesome.
Anybody have any comments? Anybody want to make any comments?
Okay.
Any comment?
I unmuted everybody, but it looks like a couple people remuted themselves right away. So,
Anybody have any comments they want to make?
Nothing, just thank you guys. Rom here.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm going to be in if you have anybody in Pennsylvania, we're in different spots running Ragged, and it's fun. We're going to be with a lot of people in Pennsylvania.
How long, Mike, are you there
Hey,
in PA? How long?
he comes back on Tuesday.
I don't know. Did you guys lose me? Okay. Yeah, I come back on Tuesday. So if you guys, I'm sorry you guys lost me there for a second, but I'm gonna jump off. I know Lisa's gonna finish the recording. We can get it sent over to you guys. But hey, guys, thank you guys for jumping on. I didn't get it out to as many people as I normally get it out to. I will make sure that I do that a little bit better from now on. Usually have about 30 or so people, but we had a great crowd tonight. And if you have people that weren't on, let them go back and listen to the recording. This is some great information. And do yourself a favor, go to Team True Blue Facebook page and download those
That's what I was gonna do.
those PDF files, Google Drive files, and read the notes from the information that Brandon and Fred and all the other people say. So I appreciate you guys.
Let me show you where it's at.
Okay, she's going to show you right now where it's at.
Team True Blue. Or at least what it looks like, so that way you have a better idea of what you're looking for. It's
Yeah.
right underneath the post that was done on the 12th or on Monday for our Elite Academy that I put up. It's Tanya Davis, Team True Blue Retreat Notes. Just click on this.
Click on, it's
Google Drive.
8 PDFs. Yeah, it's eight Google Drives.
So, oops.
All right, guys. Thank you all for being on. Thanks, honey. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Love ya.
Love you too. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Mike,
Have fun.
thank you very much.
Bye, everybody. Thanks, y'all,
Thank
for
you, guys.
jumping on. See some of you on Saturday.
Bye, Lisa. Thanks.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Hey guys. So cute. Let me stop the recording at least.